Hawk on the Orianna, and one playing that backup as well with all the utility of the
members to shift on over before that 4-minute mark, and then just say, yo, Kai, I got this Rift Herald, come to this turret, you're going to receive all this gold, and I need you to be super strong so that you can always threaten the side lane push.
And as this game 2 begins again, Rafa, we are strapped into the roller coaster, taking our ascent into the sky. Last time, it took all the way until 17 minutes to really get going. Let's see if it takes that long this time.
You know what, Max? Let's really embrace it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting right on aboard for Sengoku Gaming and Team Queso game number 2. Strap in, please buckle up, keep your hands and hands inside the car at all times. Remain in your seat. And that's what it's just gonna be like, folks. Just strap in, because it's just going to be a long ascent. If we learned anything from game 1, both Team Queso and Sengoku Gaming are going to be playing with great patience and a lot of reservation, and only going for absolute 100% plays.
But it's games like this that I can really appreciate, because both teams know what their win condition is, they know how to tackle it, and they know what formula it takes to get to that win, which is really valuable, because now that we are at the last stage of the group stage, trying to get into that knockout, for Team Queso and Sengoku, this is their last opportunity. They didn't give themselves any other opportunities because they lost to the teams above them previously. So this is that last moment. This is where they need to show us what they've learned all throughout the classes of the Horizon Cup.
This is an early rotation over from Andres and Ruiz. However, the wave is not quite prepped yet, so Kai knows that this is coming. He's going to have some time to prepare how to prevent this anti-dive. Watch for the hook shot. He's just going to use it to disengage, not tries to outplay it. And now the wave will dissipate. And while he misses out on some gold from not being able to hit the minions, it nets only about a solid 500 gold lead for Acolyte, whereas the rest of the members of Sengoku Gaming are going to invest it into continuously laning and rush.
He's not getting any abilities to that dive at all, just moves on back to the mid lane and takes his punishment once more as Hawk. Great health lead right here. Andre is going to relieve just a tad, but not before taking another command attack and dissonance to the face. And yet this level 5 with this cannon minion, it does look like that's going to be the case. All right, he can take a recall now. He can play around this rift and potentially look for an ultimate, as we are just a minute away from the objective spawn.
Neither member of Sengoku Gaming or Team Queso are close to of one item power spike. We still got another solid minute left. We're gonna have to check in once again as we get closer to those objectives. I think the other thing that we have to note here, Smax, is just already prioritization from Team Queso. They know that Kai can be a potential and powerful split pusher. Why they prioritize, even though Andres will more than likely appreciate them farming and funneling resources themselves. The fact that they are making sure that Acolyte stays somewhat ahead, at least for the early part of the game, sets the tone.
The hardest part of the game when you draft this Fiora is that early. As you said, you're trying to plan out where this champion is going to be, what resources it can and can't take, and especially against a champion like Sin, what fights it can and can't take. Because at this level 6 point, you do have access to the ultimate, you have your lunge fully maxed out, you can go for, or lunge maxed out at 7, excuse me. You see what I'm saying? You have some power, but it's not nearly as much as when you get that 2-item, that 3-item power point. You can go with that side and take 1v1s. If Juan is gonna dive right into you by himself, though, you're probably gonna take that.
Juan is technically all by himself because Deja Vu is rotating on over to the top side of the map, and we called this out. Sengoku Gaming want to prioritize the Rift Herald because that is where Kai will be able to receive the majority of that gold funneling once the Rift Herald crashes and gets those extra turret plates. Now the question is, Team Queso, will they benefit off of taking this first dragon off the table?
Nice bit of sustain to Andres. Gets that one for himself.
Beautiful stuff from Rush. First blood over to the representatives of Japan as they move one step closer to closing out this series. It's not doomsday yet for Team Queso, but you know, Sengoku Gaming already making moves.
Yeah, I called it a dive. It was really more that Rush pushed him into the pool head first. So a little bit unfair to Ibu there as we get an actual fight up here.
Acolyte getting stunned up by the concussive blows into the glacial fissure,
Oh!
but beautiful body slam flash from Memorize and says, come back here, boy! Kai with the explosive
Let's
cast
go!
sends him right back into the waiting arms of Acolyte.
Let's go, Memorize! That Kragus play was nuts! The geometry here as Shockwave tries to clear out the wave. Acolyte can't do much other than take away this honey fruit. Looks like the turret take has been stopped. Memorize is really far. Nice dodge.
Oh, blue suede shoes, fancy feet, Memorize dodging out on that sonic wave. There's been an opportunity for Rush to just send him to the Shadow Realm. Sengoku Gaming making sure that Team Queso don't get too far with that advantage, as Sengoku still remain ahead.
Memorize is like honed his mechanics between games 1 and 2 as we watch this Axe replay. Oh, this is the Lee Sin kick. So this is what I was saying. Ibu, okay, so he did actually attempt this dive. It wasn't Rush pushing him in, but it is still a really solid play for Rush, and it is Ibu going a little past him.
Honestly, I still like the alliteration he gave. He was going for the dive and was like, oh, I don't want to do this, and then Rush being like the older brother's like, nope, see ya.
Getting skittish on the diving board, looking down, like, yeah, I don't know about this one.
This is 10 feet high, you know, and I'm only like so tall. I'm like half of this height. I know I actually but for Acolyte, this looks pretty grim. And then beautiful stuff. Body slam flash, catching both two.
This is what I was talking about him like honing his mechanics between game 1 and 2. You gotta feel like he went back to the Team Queso break room and he was doing like thumb push-ups or something, like get his mechanics going, because that was insane. That was the best play that I've seen all day for this Gragas. It hasn't been a very long day so far, but it's still true.
We still got 3 more series to go. You know, make sure we'll come back to that. Team Queso, 4 against 3 under this Dragon Lane turret. It is going to be the first one taken down of the game 2. Team Queso. The rest of Acolyte trying to defend against in a 2-1. Oh, no. No, this is not looking good for Team Queso. Sengoku Gaming are looking to capitalize. But then as I say that, Andres and the rest of Team Queso are just able to annihilate Deja Vu, and Sengoku Gaming able to retreat. But man, this is getting really tense, Max. Once again, we're in the state where both teams are firing response after response.
This is a more rocky ride of the roller coaster for game 2, Rafa. As we get to watch this team fight once more. Acolyte getting picked off in the mid lane. It was the Shockwave boost for Sengoku. It's a very crucial moment because I don't think they really knew just how explosive the oncoming 4v4 would truly be. Team Queso fully aware of this. They fully know that they have all this engaged potential. They can toss Ruiz into that back line, and Memorized playing this line super well once more, bumping everybody away from his low health members, and again, just all this redirection of his abilities.
Ruiz catching out Rush with this taunt, but Chain of Corruption on the Memorized doesn't actually net into much for Sengoku Gaming. But I wonder if it's just the pressure alone that they were trying to maintain control of this river. But the Scuttle Crab still goes over to Team Queso, and Andres was able to snipe that one away from Rush. Rush looking for the Sonic Wave onto the Resonating Strike. Not going to take that second part though. Acolyte did have that Ruthless Predator available. Dragon is alive, Smash.
Second wave of the objective. Queso looking more at this Drift Barrel. They already used their team fight tools to create a scuffle. They don't have the hero's entrance. They don't have the killer instinct quite yet. They're pushing all the way up on this Baron side of the map, and with the turret already taken previously, this does feel like potentially an inner turret. If Andres feels the need to drop the Drift Barrel, looks like they're backing away just a tad. It certainly could have been that inner, though.
The window was evaporating fast, Max, because Sengoku Gaming, quick on the rotation, immediately bolted towards the top side of the map. The rest of Team Queso said, you know what, maybe we could have, but we're content with holding on to this for now. There will be greater rewards to reap if Sengoku Gaming fall to Team Queso in an advantageous team fight, and then they come Carol into taking more than one structure.
You know what's really interesting to me this game, Rafa? It's not something that you usually look at a whole lot, but on the side of Team Queso, every single one of their 5 members has gone from Mercury first. Now, this item does provide you with magic resistance, which is nice against Hawk, but more importantly, it makes it so you can't get stunned up fast.
Whoa, Memorize. Proto Belt into the body slam. It just forced Hawk's hand. He flashed over the wall. Ruiz is still on the chase. This is a very dangerous Galio to be messing with. So Ruiz actually could threaten Hawk's life there, but Hawk is able to maintain his cool. Doesn't even throw out the shockwave. He's going to maintain that as he will get a recall in.
A couple of crucial abilities used there for Team Queso, most notably all of them on Ruiz. He doesn't have that hero's entrance again. So gonna have to wait for that cooldown to come back if they want to go for another big explosive team fight. Luckily for Team Queso, there's no big objective on the Rift right now. But I'm sure they're looking at this mid lane turret that they want to crack open. Once you do crack open all of the outer turrets, the enemy jungle is much more accessible to you.
How patient will Memorize be? I was hoping that there would be like a kind of a long haul that Memorize will just use Evu as bait. And then someone comes up, and then you just surprise them with body slam, and then cast them right back into Ego's waiting hands. But so far, it looks like Memorize taking a more aggressive approach, trying to scout out some vision control in this jungle quadrant, which means, once again, Stacks, we are, this time around, Team Queso have a solid 3,000 gold lead, so it's nothing to stop that. But Sengoku Gaming, not necessarily strangers to this situation.
And they have more defensive tools this time with Dejiwoo on the Braum. It's not the very fun build that Max Green goes, where he forgoes Flash and goes for 2 offensive summoner spells, but it is more favorable to the retreat side of things. You do have that extra movement for Dejiwoo to go for if need be. Of course, once it's available.
Wow. Andres pops a grand challenge. Juan says, yeah, I don't want to challenge you, buddy. I'm good. I'm going to flash over the wall and just take my reprieve. This potentially opens up this tier 1 turret. Rift Herald has already been used, actually. When did that happen?
Yeah, I believe they popped in mid lane, but it was quickly dealt with. So Team Queso don't have that tool anymore. They didn't get a nice chunk off right there. So eventually it could pay dividends, but it just hasn't yet. They haven't been able to break apart the game yet. That's what they're still looking for Team Queso. It seems like we're getting more and more back into the realm of patience for these two teams, which again, I do really appreciate, but after the whiplash that we got in the early game, it is sort of, you know, we're getting back to the same old for these guys.
Smelling a lot of yet on this one.
Lots and lots of yet. Yet seems to be the big word.
Oh, well, yet to come. Andres locked up in this XF ultimatum of Ruiz, providing some reprieve using the hero's entrance, but he might have just sent himself to the death. Oh, Memorize trying to come in with the body slam flash, throws out the explosive cap for rush with a quick flash from the wall. Hospistasis just to make sure he doesn't die to the ignite. Meanwhile, Acolyte has also joined the fray, and he helps, takes down Kai in the exchange.
Couple of solid kills, and Ruiz playing the sacrifice on the Galio. His gargoyle ways lead him over into Andres, making sure that his Fiora does not die. And like we have been saying since the draft, this composition is more built around that jungle spot. Andres can be a carry in the team fights in the side lane, which seemed like what he wanted to do in game 1 anyway, but he didn't have the tool to do it. Now Team Queso, they save that carry, they save their golden child, but they lose out on this Infernal Dragon. That's one more stack that Sengoku has toward their Elder Dragon goal that they had in game 1 as well, as we get to watch this one again.
The pick was primed, the target was juicy for the taking, and Andres, you know, even Rapace is not going to save him from being locked down in that trap. But you have to feel for Ruiz, who gave his life for the greater cause, almost taking down Rush. It had to be almost up to Memorize. Unfortunately, it's not enough damage to the back of it, but they are able to trade since Kai did overextend his welcome.
Hey, that's picture. In the picture down there. Okay, so hey, that's another fight.
Explosive cast, right onto one. The rest of the members, Kai will go down for the efforts here. Grand Challenge has been popped, a lot of healing will sustain the rest of the members of Team Queso as they go forward on the chase. Dejiwoo critically low on HP, and it's a beautiful barrel from Memorize that will catch him out. Ruthless Predator onto Hawk. The flash over the wall. Evu tries to follow up with the Killer Instinct, but he will not find him quite yet. Hawk will make his great escape, but the rest of Team Queso potentially challenging Baron?
Team Queso certainly could do this. Rush has Flash, or no, not Flash, he has Smite available. Scouting out the area, seeing if they're going for the Baron or if they are lying in wait. Turns out it's the latter.
Oh, but Andres, he saw Rush walk up, but he says, I need one. One is the key. One is the one that they need to take down, and the Grand Challenge has been initiated, and it goes down in a blink of an eye. No AD carry, no Dragon Laner for Sengoku, and now their power has been diminished here.
Took a bit too long though, Rafa. The rest of Sengoku are here now. Another ultimate onto this carry for Team Queso, taking out Andres. No more Baron, and Team Queso have to run for the hills.
Andres gives up his life. Sengoku Gaming won't be able to answer on the Baron, and there's no other neutral objective up quite yet. The Elder Cloud will still take some time. Taking a look back at this replay here, Smack. I want to see how this all looks.
Team Queso finally committed to kill that mid lane turret. They got fed up with it. That structure, you're going down. I've got my eye on you. And then Sengoku really just overreached to try to punish them for it. They don't have as many tools as they thought they did. But for Team Queso, they are really strong in this team fight. I feel like they don't quite realize it because they really just wanted that mid lane turret and they sort of stumbled into a favorable team fight, but even still, they got some really valuable picks off there and they retained that lead and break apart the map further so they can stretch that.
Still a 3,000 gold lead despite it all for Team Queso here, but Sengoku Gaming, the later the game goes, the less that gold lead will be of significance for this European roster. Team Queso still down, backs against the wall. We have to remind our folks at home, Sengoku Gaming, they are at match point. Even though being behind, one more advantageous team fight could be what sends them advancing into the knockout stage.
This win on the horizon for Sengoku Gaming. They can see it in their eyes. They can smell it on the ground and in the air. They know that all it would take is one Nexus for them to get into this playoff round as Andres fighting with Rush into a team fight.
Memorize throws out the explosive cast, tries to break up the fight here. Advances forward to a four-man taunt from Ruiz. Can they capitalize? Can Team Queso pick up the pieces? Can they do janitor duty? It's already one taken off the table. Deja is critically low. He's gone. And Rush has to flee the scene of the crime because he's also low on HP. Do Team Queso flip it? But Baron's a little too scary to take, even with the number advantage.
Team Queso again get two in a team fight, but they don't have the health bars. They don't have the confidence to go for that really risky Baron. Instead, they take a reset. They know that the death timers will still be up when it comes to this Elder. Elder Cloud Dragon up and ready for the taking. Rush in the area. Can he steal this?
Check this out. One, despite 15 seconds down, has bought the teleport enchantment. We're gonna have to see if Sengoku Gaming can stall enough time. Memorize on the flank, looking for the body slam. It's a Dragon's Rage from Rush, trying to keep Hawk safe. Ruiz is playing goalkeeper, a tactical sweep. They're putting all the members onto Rush to make sure he doesn't get in, and the Elder Cloud will be secured for Team Queso, the representative of Europe, on their last legs. Backs against the wall, but they're super low on HP. Ruiz advancing forward, the taunt on the three, but Kai advancing into the front lines, through into the back lines with the hook line. He looks for tactical sweep on the Evu. Can he out-damage him, but he will stay alive? Stasis, it's a double kill for Evu. He still has killer instinct. Can he find Hawk? Hawk will go down. He takes out Ruiz in the blink of an eye. And now it's only Andres and Evu that are left standing.
Sengoku are still competing in this team fight after the Elder Dragon was taken thanks to some quick decision-making on the teleports. They arrive into the team fight. The two members that got picked off previously, they are left with some table scraps after the Elder was already taken, and that is thanks to the previous play from Team Queso. That is thanks to their positioning around the pit, and specifically Memorized, who pushed everybody outside of reach, making sure that objective was theirs.
Take a moment to breathe, Smacks, because my God, we were at the summit for a while, and I thought we were about to come crashing down, but we still got one more slope to reach. I can feel it.
Here is this positioning from Kai. He is really the difference maker on Sengoku. He is the reason that they were still competitive in this team fight. Yes, his Hextech Ultimatum does get parried, but watch this re-engage for him. Watch him dive back in, get the stasis to stall out for Evu. He doesn't get to re-engage, and then we also get to see Hawk on his Oriana dealing a lot of hurt too. He does live by the end, even through the Elder Ring.
Rush! Stasis! Hero's entrance there. He's going to safeguard away. That's a huge shockwave from Hawk. Can it be game-changing? Can it be the one that sends Sengoku into the knockout stage? There's still multiple members from Team Queso alive. Ibu is going to run away, but it looks like Acolyte will fall to Sengoku Gaming. The representative of Japan, they can see the win in their eyes. They take out Memorize, and it's only Ibu for 38 seconds to defend the base by himself. But look at Ibu, he's cutting off the minion wave. He's gonna be able to buy some time. Memorize is also just delaying them as long as possible. Sengoku Gaming, they're gonna pull in the teleport. They're gonna try to do as much damage as they can. No need for Baron, no need for any other objective. The Nexus is what they want, Smacks.
Memorized roped everybody from Sengoku away
This is it.
from the Baron, but they don't want the Baron, Rafa. They want the Nexus, they want the knockout stage, and they're gonna get it. Sengoku Gaming to 3rd seed.
Congratulations to Sengoku Gaming, the dark horse of Japan. After thick and thin, a magnificent battle from Team Queso, the representative.
A, B, C, D. 고발지 또 친구 스크롤. 빡빡빡빡빡. 스크롤 빡빡빡. 얘는 빡빡빡빡. 스키야. 핑퐁.